What is up, metal and heavy music fans? It's Flight of Icarus again with MetalTrenches.com, and today we are going to react to and review the latest track from Between the Buried and Me, Revolution in Limbo. And hey, if you'd like to be kept up to date with the best and brightest metal bands and albums from the underground and above, then stick with me by hitting that subscribe button down below. Alright, now I may chop this up a little, pause here and there for the sake of free use. If you want to hear the whole song, then you should probably go listen to the whole song. Off to a good start. Crazy noodly beginning. Ooh. Feels like one of their heaviest songs in a while. Oh yeah. Get that DB going. Oh yeah. Ooh. Transition into the solo. Ooh, we got the clean singing. It's so cool how much his clean singing has evolved over the years. Like, he's got a signature style that's been present from the beginning in terms of how his clean singing sounds, but especially with the Coma Ecliptic, it's just gotten so much stronger. Man, another transition. Yeah, we're only a minute 15 in, and we've already had like 4 pretty major transitions. That's BTBAM for you. The synths in the background here remind me of Enslaved, that like Issa era sound. There's a lot of layers here. The acoustic, the synth, the drums sound amazing. Oh, picking up again. This does take me back to the days though. These heavier parts, like thinking about Alaska coming out when I was in college, and then listening to Colors. I remember specifically, I listened to Colors the first time on the treadmill at my college gym. Another nice solo. Ooh. Got a little neoclassical transition there. I'm a sucker for those too. Ooh. I like that. Yeah, bringing those little mathcore elements in. Anytime I'm like compelled for my head to kind of like do a little like dun, 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 like that's mathcore for you, y'all. I love that shit. Lots of solid guitar work as usual, and those drums, man. With a little bass flourish there. Back into the enslaved part. Makes me wonder what an Enslaved Between the Buried and Me collab would sound like. It might be interesting in their current eras. More of that kind of neoclassical guitar here. Just wailing with these harmonies. The question is, can they maintain the entire song length and keep it interesting? Usually they can. They're one of the few bands that can. The structure of this does remind me a little bit of a prequel to the sequel. Another big epic. Ooh, nice little moment for the bass there. Feel that in my shoulders. Going for that soft interlude. That was lame. They hit me with an ad. Disrupted the flow, y'all. I'm trying to stay immersed. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Get me moving. A little organ in there. Mixed in with this kind of like, I want to say like flamenco style, but that's probably not even accurate. Somewhere in that vein. I'm curious what the transition back is going to be like. That was very Mike Patton-y there. The other question is, will they do a Parallax 3? This part's feeling a little long to me, but it's first listen. I'll probably end up changing my mind, but that's just something I'm feeling right now. Getting a little antsy. Little Spanish guitar in there. Music box. There we go. That was cool. I think I hyped myself up for something a little even more dramatic, but that was cool. And it threw me off a little bit, so. You got a good little sing-along vocal hook in here too. With this part, always important, no matter how ridiculous your song gets. You want those parts that the audience recognizes. That's what Opeth is really good at too. Oh, are you freaking kidding me? They gave me an ad right at the end. Kind of spoiled the conclusion for me. But yeah, that was solid. So again, that was Between the Buried and Me with Revolution in Limbo. And what did I think of it? I'd say, turning to my scales, and I haven't done this in a little while, I'd give it like a 9, maybe like a 8.59 as far as first impressions in terms of enjoyability. And yeah, it was a good time. Pretty consistently. There were some lulls here and there that I felt like maybe didn't need to be as long as they were, but again, BTBAM, you kind of got to give it a little bit more time to sink in for sure, because there's a lot going on. This isn't some like crust punk track, you know. In terms of musicianship, that's easily a 9 or a 10. Like, really impressive stuff going on here. Have I heard more impressive from them? Yes. But yeah, really, really solid. The songwriting's absolutely wild. Like, there are a lot of elements coming together, lots of transitions, but pretty seamless. And yeah, great work in that territory. In terms of innovation, I can give them like an 8. I can see some, like, even though there's obviously some nostalgia being plucked here in terms of right down to the, you know, title of the album, I'm still hearing them evolving elements of their sound to this day. So I'll give them that little extra point. So I kind of gave a lot of like in between and half scores on here. So in terms of the overall score, a little bit more difficult for me to surmise after kind of jumping around like that. I'd say I'd give it a B+. I think that's a good solid grade for this. Good stuff, and interested to hear more. I wish I had done this for the previous track since it had a music video too, but I just was drowning in other things I needed to do. I think I was on vacation too when that came out, so just wasn't going to happen. But I enjoyed that one as well. And of course I'm excited about this album. Of course I'm excited to update my Between the Buried and Me tier list, but you can watch the original version right here, hint hint, and then do a full review of this album and all that stuff, because these are guys that I have been in love with ever since I picked up the Silent Circus for the first time at that old record store in high school back in my old stomping grounds. And yeah, it's been a ride ever since. So yeah, let me know down in the comments of what did you think of this song. Are you excited for this album? What's your favorite Between the Buried and Me song? And I think that will wrap it up, but don't go anywhere. I got plenty more videos coming right after this one. In addition to some of these reactions, I've also got full album reviews for new releases, interviews with bands on the podcast. You name it, we've got it, so plenty of reasons to subscribe if you have not already. By the way, you should also check out the latest track from Mol, which is excellent if you like kind of stuff like Garea, like that more like post-blacky stuff that's still very like much more black metal than most post-black, I would say. You can also chat with me and a few other metal content creators on the Discord and support me on Patreon, but that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.